Runners about to make their way out onto the course. Starter on the rostrum, and the flags are up. They're off and racing over 2.5 miles for this. The Static Caravan pitch is available now, handicap chase. And PC Dixon is pushed to go forward along the inside. Catalytic with the favourite Well Joey, the white with the black spots, not too far away as they all safely negotiate fence number 1. Wider out on the track to find Sori, who races on in advance of Kilcullen Lady, who's in the stripes of blue and yellow. The spotted sleeves over to the inside of Graystown, and they're being chased out wider by Roxy Fett, and then comes West End Theatre as they come up and over fence at number 2. And at the rear end of the field, Alley Cool and finally Roll of Thunder, but they're no more than around about 7 or 8 lengths off the speed, which is now being set by Catalytic. Catalytic for double-seeking trainer Lucinda Russell, in the hands of Stephen Mulqueen, taking them on down the hill, the horse going quite keenly. PC Dixon is now back up sides, a length away to Sori, who's running in at 3rd. And then Kilcullen Lady in the stripes, with in the spots along the inner Well Joey. West End Theatre parked out wider. Roxy Fed in between horses as they come over the next fence. That was the first of the open ditches. They all landed safely, and they're pretty tightly grouped now as they race on to the 4th. PC Dixon and Catalytic, they're over it together, with out a bit wider Sori making a spot of progress. Back in 4th place is Kilcullen Lady. Then comes Well Joey from Roxy Fett, and Graystown is in the blue jacket. West End Theatre is wider out, and at the back end of the field, Alley Cool and Roll of Thunder. So they take the inner loop on this circuit, and there are 5 fences along this line to get across, the first of them being plain. PC Dixon is over that with the lead and is driven away from it. Is going to get an early reminder as well. So it is PC Dixon. On they go now towards the water. Tommy Dowson fairly aggressive for a moment or so there, wanting to get everything he can from his mount, even at this early stage. And PC Dixon, again ridden away from the water, is around about 5 or 6 lengths ahead now, has opened up, perhaps a little inevitably, from along the inside. Catalytic. Out a bit wider is Sori, and then deeper out to Roxy Fett and Well Joey as they come up and over the next. In behind runners is Kilcullen Lady, and then West End Theatre in advance of Alley Cool, Graystown, and finally Roll of Thunder coming now to their next jumping test, and it was PC Dixon who again had the advantage. So PC Dixon from Sori. Catalytic has now dropped to a dispute of 3rd with Roxy Fett on the outside. Roxy Fett is a bit of a Sedgefield specialist these days. A little wider out on the track to find West End Theatre. Well Joey travelling nicely to the inside under double-seeking Robbie Dunn. And then comes Kilcullen Lady and Alley Cool. Graystown hit that fence pretty hard. Is now the back marker, completely out-jumped by Roll of Thunder. And as they make the journey past halfway, Graystown is now lost under Brian Hughes, but now looking to make up a place again over to the inside, and very quickly does so. So they're still quite tightly grouped as they work their way out towards the side of the track. On the approach now to fence number 10, PC Dixon, who built up a fairly sizable lead at one point, has now come right back to the field. And Sori for the first time moving through under Ross Chapman to perhaps go on narrowly. So Sori with PC Dixon to the leading pair. They've moved on by where they started and up and over the 11th. The leading 2 being chased closely by Well Joey, who continues to travel nicely throughout the race. Roxy Fett is also going well, the dark blue sleeves. Then Catalytic from Graystown, who's now making up the ground that he lost earlier on in the race. Graystown being followed through by West End Theatre and Alley Cool. Kilcullen Lady is now dropping back and only has Roll of Thunder behind. As they cross the next fence going down the back, West End Theatre, well down the ruck, was rather untidy. It is Sori who has the lead here, the 12-year-old, by a head over PC Dixon, who's coming back for more on the flat, with Well Joey, the Irish Raider, closing in all the while now, is in 3rd place, about to go into 2nd. Then in 4th, Roxy Fett ahead of Graystown and Catalytic. Alley Cool, then Kilcullen Lady from West End Theatre, and a little break back to Roll of Thunder. Up and over the final open ditch, and Well Joey tried to come through and take an overall lead, but was a little bit slower than PC Dixon, who's sticking on in there. Sori follows with Roxy Fett and Graystown at 2 out. Well Joey definitely had the lead there and is now making the best of his way home. Further back, Catalytic was a little chancy and is dropping back. But Well Joey, well, he's gone well through this race and he brings them on up the hill back towards the home straight by a couple of lengths. Now given a kick in the belly to go and settle it over PC Dixon and Sori. Roxy Fed is back in fourth, and then Greystown from Alley Cool, Catalytic, Kilcullen Lady and Roll of Thunder, West End Theatre behind those. But it is Well Joey for the Irish stable of Paul Stafford. Robbie Dunn looking for a double on the card, and it looks very achievable now because Well Joey has crossed the final fence safely and is 6 or 7 lengths away from Sori in second. Greystown is back in third, but with only 150 yards left to go, Well Joey is just ridden out on the run to the line and is going to secure a victory rather easily in the end. Well Joey is finally off the mark, did that in style. Second place Sori, back in third Greystown, and the race is on for fourth. Alley Cool down the near side of PC Dixon.